Hey, what's up, guys? Houston here. Look, if you're behind on your rent, if you're behind on your car payment, all right, I'm going to tell you about some of the best loans that you may have a chance at getting. All right. Now, here's the thing about it is two things that you need to understand, especially when you have bad credit. Certain lenders, when you have bad credit, will work with you if you have high enough income. Okay, and some lenders will work with you if you have low income. So I'm going to break down the ones that you should look at in order to get the help you need. Now, here's something else I would definitely tell you, that if you're struggling to pay your bills, struggling to get food on the table, I continue to tell you to go over to findhelp.org. Okay, so with findhelp.org, what it is they will actually, you put in your zip code, and then there's a lot of nonprofits on that website that you can reach out to help get your bills paid. All right. Now, here's something that I would definitely tell you. In terms of these loans, we're going to talk about the ones you can have bad credit, but you have to have at least $35,000 or more in income to qualify. Okay, so long as you have at least $35,000 or more, these are the lenders that I would tell you to approach to see if they're able to help you. All right, now the first one is Avant. Okay, and so with Avant Loans, they go from $2,000 up to $35,000. And also keep in mind with these lenders, you can actually do a pre-approval, so you won't get a hard pull on the credit. Now, by you doing a pre-approval, they're using third-party credit bureaus to verify the information, making sure the address is right, making sure the name is right, making sure you're not in a bankruptcy or recently filed a bankruptcy. Okay, so that's the reason why you see a lot of these lenders that says no hard pull on the credit, is because of these third-party lenders. All right, now I'll mention a few of those as we go throughout this video. But going back to Avant, $2,000 to $35,000 minimum annual income is only $20,000. Okay, so they're very flexible. All right, now you also have universal credit. Now with universal credit, again, they're just like Upgrade. They're up like Upstart. Now with Upstart being the facilitator of universal credit, they're the one that actually issue their loan. So they're going to check more likely TransUnion as well as LexisNexis. Okay. Now you do have to have at least 2 trade lines on the credit file, with the credit file being at least 2 years old. So that means that you cannot go with them with a brand new credit file. All right. Now, here's the thing about it. They go from $1,000 up to $50,000. Now, you also have Zippy Loans. Now, with Zippy Loans, they're a platform, right? And so by them being a platform, what happens is that you put the information in, and then they try to find the best lender to match your criteria. All right. And again, with them going up to $15,000, I would definitely tell you want your income to be at least $35,000 or more. That goes as well as with personalloans.com. Okay, being a platform, they go up to $35,000, but again, it's going to be mainly focused on your income. All right. Now, here's something that I would definitely tell you if you're struggling and stuff like that. You have a CDFI. OK, and the CDFI I'm going to mention here is People's Trust Loans. OK, now they offer personal loans up to $10,000. Again, they are a little more flexible. You may not have to make $35,000 in income. All right. They may accept you with less than that. But at the same time, you do have to have an active checking account with all of these. You have to make sure that you have an active phone number. You may have to have an active email with them. OK, now, like I said, for most people, most of the time, I should say, is that a lot of people are not getting denied because of the credit score. All right. Now, one of the things also to take into consideration, if you already have multiple loans out, then this may throw up a red flag for some lenders as well. Okay, so multiple loans already on the credit file, that may disqualify you also. All right. Then you have Best Egg. Now, here's the thing about it with Best Egg is that they offer loans up to $50,000. Now, here's the best thing about Best Egg. If you have a car with equity in it, they would actually give you a loan against the car as well. Okay, so that's a good thing about them. And speaking of cars with equity, you also have Yendo. Okay, and so with Yendo, they will give you a credit card up to $10,000. Even if you're still making payments on the car, but the car has equity in it, Yendo will still give you a loan up to $10,000. All right, so those are the ones that I would definitely tell you to take a look at. If you making $35,000 or more, those are probably going to be your best ones. Now, the other ones is for people with very bad credit and low credit, okay? With low credit scores, low income. But at the same time, those with bad credit as well as with the good income, you still can apply for these as well. All right. Now, the first one I would tell you is Net Credit. So Net Credit, they offer not only a $10,000 loan, but they offer a line of credit up to $4,500. Now, that's the reason I tell you, whenever you find lenders that's offering a loan or a line of credit, then I would take the line of credit. And the reason is because you only actually going to pay interest on what you actually use. All right. So that's the reason why I like it. And then plus, when you pay the money back, you don't have to reapply. You would just have that open revolving line of credit. All right. Now, when you have bad credit, I always tell you, especially low income, you don't have as many choices as others do. So then you would have to actually reach out to like tribal lenders to see if they're flexible enough to work with you. And like some of the tribal lenders I would tell you about is like Uprover, right? So with Uprover, they go anywhere from $300 up to $5,000. Now the interest rates with tribal lenders, certain tribal lenders and stuff, of course they're going to be in the triple digits. But just keep in mind, if you have low income, if you have a low credit score, then they're looking at you more likely are going to have a harder chance. And I get it. It's counterproductive to charge people that have low income, low credit score more interest. But this is how they measure if they're going to allow you to qualify. All right. Then I always tell you, like with low credit finance, right? And so them being a platform, they use tribal lenders as well. The best part about it is that their interest rates. So their interest rates is 5.99 up to 35.99. And so like if you're on government subsidies, government benefits, you may only have like child support as income and stuff like that. They're still able to help you. All right. And so like also keep in mind, you can't expect a lot. I would definitely tell you shouldn't expect a lot of money or a big loan when you have low income and a low credit score. Okay, so you can't expect a lot. Now I would tell you, if you're already banking with like say U.S. Bank or Bank of America or Wells Fargo and you just need a couple $100, then I would probably look at them. If you haven't had an overdraft, usually within 6 months or a year, those are the type of lenders that will give you a small dollar loan up to $1,000. Now, with some credit unions, if you are a member of a credit union, this is also something I tell you. If you're a member of a credit union and you have a car loan or you have a personal loan, you need to see if they have a skip a pay. All right. And so what that means is that they will allow you to skip a payment at least once or twice a year on that car loan, on that personal loan. OK, so that's the reason why I continue to tell you guys, sometimes you have access to resources. So we just forget about it. You know, especially when we are in panic mode and things of that nature. All right. So also, a lender that you may want to look at is Lend Nation. Now, with Lend Nation, granted, they're not over in all 50 states, but they offer lines of credit up to $10,000 as well. All right. And then for you entrepreneurs, here's the thing about it. I continue to tell you over and over again, you keep on leaving money on the table because you're not a registered business. And by you not being a registered business, there isn't a lot of opportunity. However, if you're an entrepreneur, you are a registered business, and you're able to show that you have deposits coming into your bank account and stuff like that, there's multiple lenders that's willing to work with you, okay? It just depends on what it is in terms of the type of business. Sometimes they factor that in. Now, here's the thing about it. As an entrepreneur, you just needing some couple $1,000s, and you can show at least 3 to 4 months of deposits in your checking account going over $1,500 or more monthly, then you may want to check out Giggle Finance. They go up to $5,000 as long as you can show that you had 3 to 4 deposits monthly for the past 90 days. So it doesn't have to be a regular bank account, but I would tell you, when you operating as an independent contractor, as an entrepreneur and stuff like that with these side gigs and stuff, and not actually operating as a registered business, you're leaving money on the table. Not only that, there's so many other benefits when you have a registered business, because you can put yourself in a position where you have less taxes. So it depends on how you actually writing your taxes off and the type of structure, but you definitely would be able to pay less taxes, so you can be able to put more money in your pocket, plus start to build up your business credit profile so you can actually get access to more money. All right. So you have also Max Personal Loans, okay? So with Max Personal Loan, they're solely focused with tribal lenders. And so what that means to you is that they're not going to have to go through as much red tape as a bank when you have a high debt to income ratio. You know, they're looking at mainly, do you have enough capital to repay the loan back? So with them, if you're making at least after taxes, $1,000 after taxes, then they're able to work with you. So that's Max Personal Loans. All right. And so you also have another tribal lender, which is Credit Fresh. They offer a line of credit up to $5,000 as well. All right. So also keep in mind, you may get denied because they're not in your region, or they may not be in your state that they're servicing. So that's also something why people say, well, I didn't get approved or whatever. The question is, do they actually service your state? So that's also something to keep in mind. If you have any other questions about business credit funding, personal credit funding, removing negative items off the credit, click the link in the description. Schedule a one-on-one consultation. Thank you.